we are live, which means we're recording. Okay, so we're working on strumming intensives today, is really what we're focusing on. So just as a reminder, and then we'll check in with everyone else to see where you're at, just as a reminder of what we covered before we started talking about this, or before we started streaming, excuse me. And Ezra's on today. Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
So when we are strumming, first of all, we want to think of that right hand. We want to think of the strumming hand as being like a record player, the engine for the record player, the motor, always going at a constant speed. So the way to make sure you're doing this is to first start with just a down-up strum. Now, the other thing we've talked about today is to get a lot more volume. Really what you want to be doing is when you go down, you want that fingernail sliding across the fretboard. Remember, we're going to strum right where the body meets the neck, and we want that fingernail to slide across the fretboard. Don't try to just touch the strings. Really hit that whole fretboard. Go across it. And when you're coming up, do the same thing. Come across the fretboard with your index finger. Now it's the flesh of your finger as opposed to the tip of your index finger. Reminder also, if you don't like using the flesh of your finger, you can sort of take your index and your thumb and mash them in together and down on the index, up on the thumb. Using your nail of both, if you want to do that.
It's hard.
I like just the index finger with the flesh on the up, personally. Nail down, flesh up. So to do this, what you really want to do to focus on getting your strum right and getting that sort of record player motor moving at the right speed, first you start by just strumming the down and the up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Remembering the downs are our numbers, the ups are the ands when we're counting. So in a 4 count, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The numbers are down, the ands are up, always. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, right? Okay, now then when we're going to apply our strum on top of it, the best way to make sure that you are strumming correctly with your wrist going, keep doing that down and the up. Don't change your strum, but we're going to start singing the strum even before we change the strum. So keep playing the downs and the ups even as we're saying this together. So just think of it as words now. Here we go. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and change up our strum. But remember when you're building it, if you're having trouble with it, start by singing it while just doing the downs and the ups, and it'll keep that wrist moving at the right speed. So now we're going to switch to playing it. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Sing it with me, really. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Do the whole set again. Down, up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, we're gonna stop for a moment and pause and check in with everyone. How did that?
I'm confused with the down, up, then
Switching back and forth. Yep.
Down, up, down, up.
Okay, let's check in with everyone. How did that feel? Pretty good? Is that helpful? Are you getting significantly more volume, those of you who are quieter? That's one of the goals we're looking for, is significantly more volume. So we're focusing on volume, we're focusing on our finger touching the fretboard while it strums, and we're focusing in that wrist really being like a motor, always moving at the same speed, not changing based on our strum. The strum changes based on going up and down like a needle, whether you're touching the fretboard or not, whereas the rhythm happens constant with that wrist. There become exceptions to this when you get significantly more advanced, but really, if you really focus in on that in your strumming at this point, you'll be really well served. Okay. Any other thoughts or questions there before we move on with playing? Okay. So, with that in mind,
They can't see half of my face.
we're going to work on a new song. It should be a new song with no new chords, I don't believe.
Isn't Daddy? Is C7 this?
Nope, hold on.
Is C7 this?
Hold on 1 second, Ezra.
Okay.
Okay, this is David Melech, a folk melody. I don't know if we know this particular David Melech, but it's very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and play through it once. And while I play through it, try to play along if you can, if you want. And then we'll take it apart. But I just want to sort of introduce it into your head if you're not familiar with it.
C7 this?
C7 is on here. If you look over, Ezra's asking about C7. I have it below the C there. So
it's
your
this
first
one.
finger right there. Yeah, it's one of the easier ones, exactly.
Oh, it's this one. This is easy.
Okay, here we go. It goes like this. Okay, here's my strum. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. We're going to slow it down when we play it together in a minute. Down,
I'm
down.
gonna listen.
And that 2 downs, the first one, I'm kind of bouncing it. I'm not even doing a full strum. I'm just kind of bouncing off the first string or two and then going back. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. It goes like this. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. Melech Yisrael. Chai v'kayam, o siman, siman tov. Mazal, mazal, mazal tov. Yehi lanu lechol Yisrael. Amen. From the top. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. Melech Yisrael. Chai v'kayam, o siman, siman tov. Mazal, mazal, mazal tov. Yehi lanu lechol Yisrael. Amen. Okay, so that's the song.
What does it mean?
So it's an old chant. It's a kid's chant. It just means David the king, king of Israel. David the king, king of Israel. A good like Siman Tov and Mazel Tov, which is like good luck. Literally means a good sign and a good star. Mazal Tov means a good star to be under. It's astrology kind of stuff originally, but good luck in 2 different ways: Siman Tov and Mazel Tov. Yehi lanu l'chol Yisrael, to us and to all of Israel. Amen. People also know there's a hand one that some kids know. David Melech Yisrael Chai. I don't know the hand motions, but it's something like this. If people have heard that before. Chai Chai Vikaya. Okay. So that is the song. I'm gonna make one change to the tab that I wrote out. That C7 comes in on Yisrael, not on Melech. Okay.
You wrote these?
So let's go ahead and try this out. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, 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 down, up, down, up. Okay, just as a reminder, let me turn on original sound so you can hear me a little better. Just as a reminder, the reason I'm switching back and forth to down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, is that gets you into the right wrist speed. You want your wrist to be moving like this, even when you're playing the other way. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. Okay, let's try it. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. C. David Melech, Melech. Now C7, Yisrael. Back to D minor. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. C. Melech Yisrael. B flat, here it comes. B flat, C, D minor. Try that again, just that B flat, C, D minor. Here we go. B flat, C, D minor. Again. B flat, C, D minor. And that's how you want to practice, by the way. If you come to a spot that is tough like that, let's say you're doing it through tabs that you're looking at, or even if you're just reviewing the video, go ahead and hit the pause button at this point if you're using the video, right? With it up on the screen, and just do that slowly and getting a little faster each time. B flat, C, D minor, until you can do it cleanly at that speed. And then once you can do it cleanly at a speed, just doing those downs, B flat, C, D minor, focusing on the clean before the fast, the clean, in rhythm. Then start getting faster. Then you start going B flat, C, D minor, 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 right? And you don't have to actually be able to go that fast for this song. But right, that's how you get fast, is first get it clean so that you're getting the muscle memory set. Let the muscle memory set in with that clean sound, and then speed it up, because then you're just relying on muscle memory to get you there. But if you're still like, wait, how do I go from here to here? Then you're doing it too fast. Slow it down until it's clean, and then speed up so that it's always staying clean. Don't sacrifice cleanliness for the chord speed. Cleanliness should be your first priority here. Does that make sense what I'm saying and what I mean by cleanliness? Like how clean the chord comes out as? If the chord is coming out as, it's not clean. You really want a clean chord. Okay. So let's try those two lines again. So let's first get into the rhythm. Down, up, 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 down. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. I'm probably doing this too fast, yeah? Down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up. Here we go, from the top. Here we go. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. C. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. Stay there for a second. If you're having trouble with the rhythm, go back to just the down, up, down, up, down. That's totally a fine rhythm to go back to, always. David Melech. We're on the second line. Melech Yisrael, Melech Yisrael. Here comes that B flat, C, D minor. B flat, C, D minor. Good. Do that again. B flat, C, D minor again. B flat, C, D minor again. B flat, C, D minor. Okay, get back in that rhythm. Down, up, down, up. We're going to do the bottom two lines now. Here we go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Here we go. Oh, C, man, C. Man, B flat. F and a C. Here we go. Ya F La C U La B flat Yisra C B flat and C back to D minor. Let's do those two lines again. Here we go. Oh, C minor C C minor B flat Mazel D minor C O B flat. Yehelanu is an F and a C. Here we go. Ya F La C U La B flat Yisra C B flat and C and D minor. Now from the top, let's play the whole thing together. Here we go. David Melech, Melech Yisrael C. David Melech, Melech Yisrael. David Melech. We're on the second line. Melech Yisrael C. C Yisrael. Here comes B flat C D minor. Chai Vikayam. Oh C mana C C mana B flat Tov. Mazel D minor C and B flat. Here comes F to C. Ya F La C B flat comes next. Ula B flat Yisra C. Now B flat now C and end on D minor. Okay, how did that feel? Ooh, enthusiastic thumbs up from Grandma Judy. Middling from Mom. We'll take middling. That's not bad for a new song. Ray, I'm giving that like a semi thumbs up. Is that a... Okay, so this is a great one to practice. It's a good one to practice, just a slightly different strum with. And some of these chords, it's a great one to practice your B flat, and it's also just kind of a fun one. It's got a good feel to it. Okay, any thoughts before we go on?
No, but thanks. That's a great song for us. It's like just enough challenge.
Good. That's what I'm going for. I'm hoping the next one is just enough challenge too. The next one, I don't know how many people know this song. It is one of my absolute favorite songs. So if you don't know it, I'm happy to introduce you to it. I'm going to actually increase the font size here though. Hopefully doing that doesn't mess with it. Nope, it does not.
Could we play it in another key where we didn't have to do D?
No, that is part of the point of playing it. Actually, that's how I got to this song to play, is that I really wanted us to work on our Ds. Sorry. But I need to move me, don't I?
Daniel, wasn't there an alternative to the D, an E?
There was a easier alternative to the D, a different D shape that you can do. However, we're going to specifically not use it today.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's not, I find it very simple, the D. There's two different versions you can do. One is just to bar it like that.
You can't bar this one though. This is going to take the non-bar.
Oh, okay. But we're just doing this, right? It's like just the three. I don't think it's any more intimidating than our other chords. Don't be scared of D.
Don't be scared. I agree.
That's devastating. D is adorable. D is dear.
Okay, I'm going to make this a bigger font too. Okay, we're also introducing a brand new concept, which is called tablature. So that's what this box is down here. So this box over to my side, everyone sees the box, right? With the numbers going across it.
Yes.
zeros and twos and threes and okay. So I'm going to teach you how to read tablature, which is another skill. It's very helpful. So the number refers to what fret you're playing on that string. So you've got 4 strings from bottom to top. You've got the G, you see it all the way on the left side, the G, the C, the E, and the A. The G is the one closest to your chin, the A is the one closest to your toes, right? G, C, E, A. So you'll notice in that first block, the first vertical column, there's going from the bottom to the top, we've got 2, 2, 2, 0. Does everyone see that? So that's just a D chord. 2, 2, 2, and 0 meaning it's open. So if we just were to, does that make sense what I'm saying, or is that confusing? Who does this make sense to? No one. Okay. It makes sense to Grandma Judy. Actually, it probably does make sense to Grandma Judy because I bet this is very similar to bass tab, isn't it? Okay. Let's look at, we've got these vertical columns. I'm just going to name these columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Those are the names of our columns here that I just put in. Those numbers at the top. So the first column going up and down. On the G string, you're going to block out, let me make it a little bigger for you. On the G string in that first column, you're going to block out the 2nd fret. So go ahead and find your G string. That's your top string, string closest to your chin. Take your index finger and block out, push it down on the 2nd fret. Then look at the C string, also in that first column. It's also got a 2 listed there. You see that? So on the C string, which is the next string down, you're also going to put a finger on the 2nd fret. Then we look at the E string, also in that first column. It's got a 2, so we're going to put a finger on the 2nd fret. The A string has a 0, which means there's nothing. It's not on any. It's just open. So then if you look down, it has had you play a D chord. Do you see that? If you played this right. Does that make sense now? So look at it. You've got a D chord strum, and then look at the 2nd column. The 2nd column is identical to the first column. You see that? So it's another D strum. Now the 3rd column, the G string is still on the 2. The C string's still on the 2, but you'll notice the E is 0 for open. So go ahead and lift up that ring finger, and you're just putting the first 2 down, and it should sound like this. Okay. Is this making more sense to folks? Tablature a little bit? Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and play this riff for you because sometimes it's easier to hear it in your head and then play along with it when you can see it. So what I'm really doing with here is I'm playing between a D and a D sus2, and then I'm playing between a G and a G sus2. I'm just switching between them. So it's going like this. So if it's easier not to look at the tablature and just play it along, it should sound like that. Like D, D, sus, D, sus, D, sus, G, 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 sus, G, D, D, sus, D, sus, D, sus, G, 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 sus, sus, G, G, D, D, sus, D, sus, D, sus, G, 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 sus, sus, G, G. Does that make sense? And so the tablature is just the written version of that. D, D, sus, D, sus, D, sus, G, 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 sus, sus, G, G. Make sense? And actually, I think I should do it a little differently. I'm going to go ahead and put in, it is G, 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 sus, G. I'm just putting in all the strums for you. There were a couple missing from what I wrote out. Okay. So first of all, encourage you, if you don't know this song, to look it up. You can find it on YouTube or anywhere else that you listen to music. It's a really beautiful song. So the song itself is quite simple. It switches between D's and G's. D's and G's. And then we have one new chord that we get for it. Where did my B minor chord go? I had it on here. I must have accidentally deleted it. Where's the one I liked? This was the one I had. Okay, so the one new chord we will have in here is the B flat. Excuse me, not the B flat. Ignore what I just said. Is the B minor. So for the B minor, what we're going to do, you don't have to go across all four if you want. You can just go across the three. We're going to do that, and then we're going to take that finger, that ring finger, and throw it up there. So the ring finger is going on the 4th fret on the string closest, ring finger on the 4th fret. Nope, Mom, looking at you. Ring finger. Start with your ring finger. Put it on the 4th. Ring.
That's easier than.
I had a feeling this was going to be easy for you, actually. Looking at how you hold your hands, I bet this will be an easy chord for you. So start with that ring finger here. Put it on the G string, the string closest to your chin, on the 4th fret. Then take that index finger and put it on the 2nd fret and bar the other 3 strings. Nope, keep your ring. Mom, you switched the ring finger to the wrong string. Ring finger's on the string closest to your chin, the G string. There you go. Index finger blocks the other 3 on the 2nd fret. Bring the thumb around back, not over the top for this chord. Not out front. You're going to need to use it as leverage. Yep, around back. Push against your thumb. No. Put your thumb underneath it like this, behind the fretboard, Mom. All right, I can make it bigger. Look at how my thumb is. I'm pushing it against it. It gives me the leverage to use against that index finger. So that index finger is blocking those 3 strings, and the ring finger's up here. Or if it's easier, you can have that index finger go across all 4. That might be easier for some folks. Like this. Don't hide away your middle finger. I'm just doing that to make it easier to see. Have your middle finger up here. You can even put your middle finger over your first if that helps. So that's that B minor. And actually, when you look at it, right, we're all familiar with that A minor that we play that looks like that, right? That's our A minor, one of our most basic chords. I think it was literally our first chord we learned, right? All we're doing is we're sliding that A minor up 2 frets and using our index finger to block out the rest of them. And so it becomes a B minor. Okay, how does that B minor feel to people?
But you told us to use the ring finger, and normally we're using the 2nd finger.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a different fingering, Judy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
Normally you'd use the 2nd finger on an A minor, and here we're using the ring finger to play that note. Exactly. Yeah. The fingering changes on a bar chord sometimes, but it's the same idea, right? Yeah, nice point. How does the B minor feel to everyone else? Okay-ish for Amy? Ray and Mom and Sean, how's it feel? Towards the down. That's okay. It's a tough one. Sean? Okay. So it's one to practice. Ray? Goodish? Okay, we'll take it. Okay, so let me go ahead and play this song and encourage you to play along. It's very simple. Very, very simple song. But practice your D's and your susses and your strumming, and we're learning tablature. So there's a lot of little things that we're learning from this one. Yeah, Judy. Oh, you're just muted. I'll mute you. I got you. Don't worry. You did turn up. There you go. Yep. Okay, so the song goes like this. I'll just play through it once, and then we'll play it together. Shouldn't it be there? Next two lines go like this. But all the promises we make. Look, all that's happening is that B minor is switching out for the D. From the cradle to the grave. When all I want is you. And then we do that riff. That's the whole song. There are about 4 or 5 more verses to it also, but that's how the whole thing goes. Yeah, Amy.
Okay, so it's a little confused, but if I say it, let me know if I've got it right now. So we really are playing a real D, G, all that, and then what you taught us with the tablature is just the riff part.
Correct.
That's just
the tablature is riffed.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
All right.
So in fact, I can mark that off on here so it's a little clearer.
Great.
In fact, what I can probably do. There you go. Okay, now it's set up a little better for us. Okay, let's play through this once. I know we're about to go a little over time, but we started pretty late today. So let's try playing through this. And really encourage you to go look it up on YouTube. Beautiful song. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Judy. You're muted. I muted you. I'm sorry. If you're saying something, I had just muted you before you said that.
I don't see the B minor in the tablature.
Upper right. Oh, hold on. In the tab, it's not.
Okay.
Right. We don't play the B minor in the tab. It's just the D sus2, and the G and the G sus2 in the tab. Exactly. Because the tablature is not for the whole song. It's just the riff that we're giving the tablature for. Yeah. I see Amy taking a picture, and always do that, but always remember also this is all in that same exact link, and you can find the link by going to the CRC website and clicking on any of the events, and it's right there. Okay, here we go. So it's actually a pretty slow rhythm. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, here we go. You say you want a diamond on a ring of gold. You say you want your story to remain untold. Here comes the B minor. But all the promises we make from the cradle to the grave. Oh, that got messed up there, didn't it? I see it. Yep, I see what happened. Okay, let's take it from that third line. Here we go, getting ready for the B minor. But all the promises we make to the G, from the B minor to the G, when D, A, G, and here comes the riff. Top again. You say you want diamonds on a ring of gold. You say you want, and you can play with your susses on these too if you want. Story to remain untold. Here comes the B minor. But all the promises we make from the cradle to the grave, when all I want, here comes the riff, is you. Again. Okay, so we've got a few new things to practice for the next 2 weeks. We will not have ukulele next week. So go ahead and practice these over the interim.
Thank you. Those were great.
You know, these are the times when it's too bad that we're Jews instead of Christians, because Christmas songs make great ukulele songs. It's really, yeah. Yeah.
Well, this was really great class, and just another thank you for